We're going to continue graphing box plots and finding outliers. Remember, our first step is to put the numbers in order. So we're going to start with 2. And then what we have is 9. We have 11. Then we have 11 again. And then what we have is 12. And 12 again. We have 13. And 14. And 14 again. Then what we have is 15 and 16, 16, and 25. So we're going to find our 5-number summary, our minimum, our Q1, our median, our Q3, and our maximum. Minimum and maximum are really easy, 2 and 25. We're going to count how many data points there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that would be 6 on one side and 6 on the other. So 13 would be our median. Then we're going to find the middle of the first half of the data, which is 11, and the middle of the second half of the data, which is 15.5. Before we graph our box plot, we're going to check for our outliers. So remember, we're going to find our IQR first. We're going to take our Q3 value, which is 15.5. We're going to subtract our Q1 value, which is 11. And that right there gives us 4.5. In order to find our lower outlier, we're going to take our Q1 value. We're going to subtract 1.5, and we're going to times it by the IQR. In order to find our upper outlier, we're going to take the 15.5, we're going to add 1.5, and we're going to times it by 4. We're going to take out our calculator. We're going to multiply 1.5 and 4.5, and that right there gives us 6.75. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Oh, sorry, let's finish this off. Lower outlier, if we subtract these, is 4.25. Now for the upper outlier, we're going to multiply the 1.5 and the 4.5, and that gives us 6.75. We're going to add them, and that gives us 22.25. So we're looking for anything lower than 4.25 and higher than 22.5. Notice our lower boundary point would be about here. Our upper boundary point would be somewhere in there. So we actually have 2 outliers. We have one at 25 and we have one at 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to graph this. So we're going to draw our number line. We're going to start at 0. We're going to go by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We're going to draw an X at 2. We're going to draw an X at 25. Now remember, the next lowest numbers are minimum and our maximum. So we have a point at 9 and we have a point at 16. Then we have a line at 11. We have a line at 13. And we have a line at 15.5. And so we make our box and we make our whiskers. And that right there would be our box and whisker plot. Now looking at letter D, this is a word problem. Remember, the only difference with word problems is that we actually have to label. So before we do any labeling, we're going to put the numbers in order. So we're going to start with our least value, which is 52. Then we have 74. We have 84. We have 88. 92 and 92 again. Oops, not 29, 92. Then we have 92 again. Lots of 92s. We have a 94. We have another 94. We have a 96. We have a 99. We have 100. We have 100 again. And we have 105. So we're going to find our 5-number summary, our minimum, our Q1, our median, our Q3, and our maximum. Remember, the minimum and the maximum are really easy. So we have 52 and 105. That would be our lowest and our highest. We're going to count how many numbers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that means that there are 7 on the left side and 7 on the right. So we're going to look for a number in between 92 and 94, which would be 93. That's our median. Then we're going to look at our numbers on the left-hand side. We see that 88 would be our Q1, and our numbers on the right-hand side, and we see that it's 99. Before we make our number line, we're going to look to see if we have any outliers. So we're going to start off with our IQR, our interquartile range. Interquartile range would be our Q3 minus Q1. So our Q3 is 99, and our Q1 is 88. That makes it 11. So in order to find our lower outlier, it's anything less than 88 minus 1.5 times 11. And our upper outlier is anything greater than 99 plus 1.5 times 11. We're going to use our calculator. We're going to multiply the 1.5 times the 11, and that gives us 16.5. Then we're going to subtract, and 88 minus 16.5 is 71.5. Then for our upper outlier, we're going to take the 99, we're going to add the 16.5, and then when we add it, what we get is 115.5. So we're looking to see if there's any outliers. 71.5 would be here. 115 would be way out here. We see that we have an outlier. So our outlier would be 52. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make our box plot. I'm going to start at 50. I'm going to go by tens, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. I put an X at 52. Then my next lowest number is 74. So I'm going to put a dot at 74. I'm going to put a dot at 105 because that's my maximum. So this is my new minimum. This is my maximum. Now I'm going to draw 3 lines. One at 88, one at 91, one at 99. And that right there is my box plot or my box and whisker plot.